Alright guys, so in today's module we're going to go into actually how to create an ad in your advert manager account and how to target, and we're going to focus today on a listing ad, and we're going to do a lead conversion ad, which means we are going to actually drive them off of Facebook into our own website funnel that we've built. If you have your own website, then that is where you'd want to drive them. So that is what we're going to go through today. So to get to your advert account, if you've never been there, you're going to come up to this drop down here. We're going to scroll down to create ads, and we're going to click that. This is going to bring you into your advert manager account. So when this loads, whether you've created one or not, this is what you're going to see. Okay? So we're going to go and make sure I'm in the right account here. So we want, if you only have one account, I have multiple accounts, you only have one account, it's going to pull you right into the account that you want to be in. Alright, so obviously when you come in, you're going to see a bunch of different options. So you have a bunch of different campaign structures: awareness, consideration, conversion. Right, brand awareness, reach. These have a place, a time, place to use them. This is not one of them. We are trying to drive listing leads, so we're not going to focus on that. We're not going to focus on traffic engagement, app installs, video views, none of that. The only two campaign structures that are very valuable for this type of campaign are either lead generation or conversions. Lead generation campaign is going to keep them on Facebook using a Facebook lead form, essentially like their own little landing page, so they never actually leave Facebook. This is a very powerful tool, but today we're actually going to focus on this conversion one. So I'm going to click conversion, and I'm going to have to name the campaign. So I'm just going to name this listing leads. And we're not e-com, so we don't want purchases. We want to hit this drop down and we want to click on leads. So now when this all loads, I'm going to be able to edit the actual ad set name. And we're going to just finish load. Let's see, so we're going to name this listing leads. You can name it whatever you want. And then we need to pick a conversion event. So whenever you're driving someone off of Facebook onto your own website or funnel, you're going to install the Facebook pixel. I will show another video of how to do that. But that is very important because that is how all the data is tracked and all the traffic, and you can understand how many people are coming, what your conversion rate is, etc. So we want that done. We've already done it here, that's why it's green. So we want to pick that here on the website. Then we're going to scroll down. So now we get to start to pick our audience, right? So we can target all the way down to a zip code. As an example, if my area was Wesley Chapel and I know my zip code is 33543, I can literally pick that, okay? For us, because we're doing this for the entire Century 21 market, I'm actually going to do the Tampa, St. Pete, Sarasota DMA. Okay? So whatever your area is, Brandon, if you want to do Brandon, Florida, or Apollo Beach, or whatever your area is you want to target, you're going to type that in here and do that. Now, as we scroll down, we can control the age. This is a listing lead, right? We're going after current homeowners who want to potentially sell their home. Not many 18-year-olds own their own home, and if they do, they're probably not looking to sell, so we're probably going to want to increase that age. For this, we're going to start this at 30 and go up from there. Are there homeowners under the age of 30? Absolutely. You need to base this on your market and who you're trying to go after. If you're going after $1 million listings, you may want to target a little higher, right? Now, are there 35-year-olds who own $1 million homes? Absolutely there are. Are they the bulk of the market? No. So you just need to really narrow in on who exactly you want listings from, and you can target that via here. You can also do it via men and women. You can control language. We're going to leave all that alone. And now we get into the really fun stuff, which is our detailed targeting. So the way I like to do this is in this top first box here, I want to do kind of what I call a generic top of the funnel type of targeting. So these are general interests of people that I know that are going to be interested in listing their home potentially. So if they're doing these things online on Facebook, and they're probably kind of in my target that I want to go after. So first thing that I'm going to do is I want to target people who are interested in realtor.com. So I start typing it in. There it is. I'm going to click that. Okay. Now what's cool is now once you do one, if you click the suggestions tab here, it's going to give you some other ones that, Facebook understands what you're trying to go after, and they're going to start helping you out. So maybe I want people who have Zillow, who like homes.com, who are interested in relocation, who are interested in moving, who are interested in house hunting. And why is that important? Because if they're house hunting, if they're going to realtor.com, if they're on Zillow, and in a few minutes we're going to target people who own a home currently, they own a home currently and they're also doing those things, they are likely going to need to sell a home, in which case that is a listing we can get, maybe even double side on the buyer side as well. So we might want to do buying a house. We are going to do, let me see, is there anything else? First time home buyer would not be a good fit because that means they do not own a home currently. We can do Trulia. Okay, so this is pretty good. You can do as much as you want. I'm pretty satisfied with this as my top end of the funnel. Now, I want to narrow this, right? Because they have to be a homeowner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click narrow audience, and there's a couple different ways to do this. I could start typing homeowner, okay, and that would potentially pull it up. The other thing I can do though is I can come into this browse button, hit demographics, come down to home, and now I can click home ownership, and we want homeowners. So now I'm telling Facebook I want someone who has shown interest in one of these things, and it can be any one of these things, but they also must be a homeowner. Okay? Now I can narrow further. Now in here, I could actually narrow this down to home ownership type. So if I only wanted people who own single family homes, I could do that. Or I could target only people who own condos, or only people who own townhomes. Or I could say I want townhomes and apartments, and I don't want, or townhomes and condos, and I don't want single family homes, right? So it's up to you. We want to target anyone who owns any type of home in this particular campaign, so I'm not going to do that targeting here. What I am going to do though is, in addition to being homeowners and interested in one of those top boxes, I also want them likely to move. So what this is telling Facebook is based on, and it's a behavior trait, based on the behaviors, things they searched, things they've said, things they've done, life events that they've posted about, Facebook captures all of that and says, okay, based on those behaviors, these are people that are likely to move. Now what's pretty cool is, I'm going to actually scroll down here for a second so you can see this. So if you're not sure what something is when you type it in, if you just hover over it, over here you're going to see Facebook tells you exactly what it is. So what this is, this model is built from survey responses and online panels which flag people who are likely to move within 3 to 5 months. Right? It's actually pretty good. So this is a pretty good trait, right? Because we want them to be likely to move. Is it 100% accurate? No, it's not. But it's definitely something when we're targeting listing leads, we want, homeowners who are likely to move for sure. Okay. So I can save this audience so that I have it. Listing lead audience. You name it whatever you want, hit save. Now you're going to have that audience, so when you go to build a future campaign, or you want to edit this one, or you want to build something similar, you can actually pull that audience and start editing it, but it gives you kind of a baseline to start. We're going to leave all of this alone. Down here, let me go back up real quick. So here, you get to select where you want it. All my stuff is already unchecked. Usually, if you click this out to edit, a lot of this will be checked. I only want feeds, which is automatic. I don't like advertising in the right column. I don't like doing this banner stuff, Messenger. I don't think anyone pays attention to it. So I uncheck all of that. And then up here, you're going to have a very good idea of what kind of total reach you're looking at, right? So based on my targeting, I have the potential to reach 33,000 people, and based on a $20 a day spend, which is what it's auto set at now, I'm probably going to reach between 700 and 1,300 people a day. Okay, that's all estimate. As long as this is in the green, you're in good shape. If you in this red, you won't even be able to spend your full budget because it's just too narrow. And then if you get too broad, you probably are too widespread. So anything in the green, you've targeted pretty well. Okay. Now we're going to scroll down. Now we get to pick our budget. There's two ways to do this. We can do our daily budget, which is we basically can type this in. It's auto set at 20, but I could do 10, I could do 1,000, I could do 100,000. It really just depends on how much you want to spend. Or you could hit lifetime budget and say, okay, over the whole entire course of this campaign, I'm going to do $500, and I set the duration of the campaign, and you can do it that way. Or you can just do a daily budget, let it roll, and shut it off if it's not working at any time. You can also come back in, pause it, copy it over, and scale it if it is working. So I like to start at $20. Whatever you're comfortable with, you can start it there, and then I'll scale it if it's performing. I would leave all of this alone, and we're going to hit continue. So now you're into the actual ad name. Sometimes that you may want to do multiple ads in one campaign, so it is important to name this just in case you ever want to do multiple ads on the same campaign. But I'm just going to type that listing ad 1. You want to make sure that I have multiple pages, so you probably only have your business page, so that would populate here. If you do want to run ads on Instagram through this platform, you would add your Instagram account there. I like using video. Video outperforms imagery 8-to-1 on Facebook, so I like to use video, so I'm going to use this single video format. And depending on what else you were advertising for listings, I think this is good. For anything else, you may want to pick one of these other ad formats, but we're going to do single video today. So how do I add a video? Well, if you've already added the video, you could hit Browse Library. I have, so my video is here. If not, I would click this, pull it in right from my computer. Facebook will upload it. It takes a minute, and you're good to go. Mine's already been loaded, so I'm going to click this listing presentation video. Select that. Now, anytime you do video and there is voice, it is important that you add captions. 80% of video on Facebook is watched without sound. So if the person talking and that talk brings value to the video, you need to make sure that you have captions. Facebook makes this very easy. All you have to do is hit this Generate Automatically button. It will automatically generate the captions. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. But now I can come in and edit anything that's not right. If I want to hear just that particular clip and it'll show that part of the video, I click this play button, it'll play it out so I know what the voice is saying, and I can type it in here. I scroll all the way through, I get it to what I want, and I click Save to Video. If this will auto-save this to this video, so if I ever use it again, the captions are already done and already pulled in. So you really only need to do this once. I'm not going to do that during this video, but that's all you need to do, right? So once that's done, you'll save that to video. Let me go ahead and save this actually. Video. I'll have to go in and edit that a little bit. Okay. So once you're saved to video, you're good to go. Now you're going to actually start doing the ad itself. So this will show you what it looks like. We would put whatever website you want right here. And then your headline is what the base of the ad is going to be. So I'm just going to type in list with vegans, but you want this to be catchy. You want this to be something that catches someone's attention when they come in. This text box is what the actual text of the ad is going to say. So you would type whatever you want in, we have sold over 3,000 homes in the last 12 months. Let yours be the next one, right? And I gotta go in and fix the typing. But you get the idea. That's gonna show up here. I wouldn't worry about the newsfeed link and display, and then you're going to hit confirm and you're done. And that's it. So I'll go into more